And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another race in the Earthbound Super Series Ancient Cave Tournament. This is a round one. I'm going to borrow this from Boogie%, or rather PK Scramble. A round one danger bracket matchup between AND4H and ChargingCharles. I'm Leslie Pro, tonight joined by Slug, and our flag set is fight for your items, because there's nothing in shops or gift boxes. And we're off.
Leslie, did you want me to do comms with you? I didn't plan on it, but I can.
Whoopsie.
It's okay. I'll pop in every now and then.
Okay, I see what Andy's doing here. Quick save early. Not bad, just in case something goes wrong. And we get ourselves an early magic hand. There's a few different doors here, plus a full here. Full heal. Yeah. Charles is going to get the baseball cap. Now, interesting thing about this particular flag set is that the NPCs that give you items still give you the same items. And here's the first fight for Charles and the first boss for Andy. And it's Frankenstein Mark II. This ain't too bad, just cast freeze and you're good. So that first item is a mummy wrap. Good item. You can freeze an enemy with it and do some damage. Andy marking exit mouse at the end of floor 1. I like this strat. Floor 2 begins with Belch Base. Andy going right for the mummy wrap strat. Might seem to be a bit... Wow, based on that damage roll, might be a bit early. Oh, a red swirl for Charles. That's an item loss. I didn't see what Andy got from that fight. And this next fight for Andy is a scripted battle, so there's no chance at a red swirl. So if this track is on max volume, Ori, is it one of the Shin Megami Tensei tracks? Because those are awfully loud. Those are amongst the loudest we got, just saying. Charles got some nice levels from that fight. Now Andy gets a mouse. And Andy's on floor 2, by the way. Frackin' Soup, excellent healing item because that is a full HP recovery for 3 of your 4 party characters. While Charles picks up a Sudden Guts pill, that doubles your guts for 1 battle. Oh, that is a huge pickup for Andy as that gutsy bat not only increases offense, it increases your guts by 127 points. Pair that with a single sudden guts pill, as Charles unfortunately lost that item due to a green swirl. I just hope that wasn't the gutsy bat, because that would be awful. You didn't see the item that Andy got there. Oh, Bracer of Kings, that's poo equipment. And Charles picks up a carrot key. That's a skip item if you find Delam.
Oh,
To follow up with what chat's talking about, I have seen Nickelodeon Guts played. It is a game fitting for a tournament I have seen one of our runners participate in, that tournament being Cuso Grande. The runner I am talking about is Andy H, who has partaken in past Cuso Grande tournaments. I do believe Andy has picked up a double beam and is off to floor 3 now. There's Dalam. If he has the carrot key, he's in business. He does. Where we landing? He is basically backing up to see what his options are. He did not like that skip because he's like, nope. I might have tried for a ooh, nice strategy there. Approach an enemy from behind and then turn around and make it a black swirl. Picks up a moonbeam gun, which is one of Jeff's best weapons. In fact, it's his second best weapon. So that is an excellent pickup. Wow, that is a great technique by Andy to ensure that the swirl isn't green. So that's really good. A guts capsule picked up. You can use that, increase a character's guts by 1. Not a stat you really see boosted particularly often, but it could come in handy. Not that that would matter with Jeff, because Jeff always uses a gun, and that doesn't matter for smash attacks. Ooh, Goddess Band. That is a defensive pickup, and a very good one at that. And this mushroom charges. And unfortunately, this particular item pickup is a junk pickup, as the pop gun is Jeff's first weapon. Not as good. Wow, this strat that Andy's using is just mesmerizing, because he's able to time that turnaround to avoid the green swirl and still pick up the item. Very impressive. That's a skip item for that drop. Picnic lunch, that one gets used in a monkey cave. Jeff's special. I don't recall there being anything special about this item. The fence spray picked up that. A single-use item, probably not going to keep that unless there's a shop nearby somewhere that you know of where you can sell it for $250. Sure, you are not buying items at shops, but you can still sell gear and get some money that you can use for things such as hospitals and hotel stays. All I'm going to say about that is, oh, that's nasty. Didn't see what Andy's drop was, but... well. He is grinding enemies on purpose. Ooh, Charles sees Mock Pizza, does not get the number. I think that has to do with his flag set. Andy picks up an HP sucker. Probably not going to need it, though. Charles, green swirls into some worthless protoplasms, but I don't think this matters for the item because it wasn't an instant win. Let's see. Oh no, that Andy timed that one wrong, and that item got eaten up. See, as good as Andy's been with that strat of turning around to ensure black swirls, that time it didn't work. So as a result, he lost the item anyway. Still a very good effort. Ooh, very good pickup there for Andy, as that is a very good psychic point recovery item. In fact, the best one in the game, the magic truffle. 80 psychic points that thing can recover, and a talisman coin for Andy. That is even more defense. Charles gets through the scripted fight and picks up a PSI caramel. A Spectrum Beam Andy picks up. Normally good weapon for Jeff, but not as good as what he has. Yeah, the Lucky Sandwich could. Well, that's another item eaten. Well, let's hope that's not anything important that gets lost, because if that happens, you're not going to know about it, which is very unfortunate. I think Andy's going for it. And it looks like he popped up inside the mole cave. See, this is where I would set an exit mouse for sure, because if something goes wrong, you can just come right on back. Just like that. Platinum Band pickup, as well as some levels. I think the levels are the most important part. Charles finds the save and takes it. I like that strat, as he's about to come off of floor 2. And speaking of saves, there's one for Andy. And the boss from floor 2 wound up being Pokey's Thugs. Either. Ooh, non-stick fry pan picked up on Andy's, and that is going to be a pretty decent weapon for Paula, even though she uses all the PSI moves in the game, pretty much short of Starstorm, Rockin', and Flash. Stick fry pan, not nearly as good as non-stick, because Teflon is pretty heavy and pretty thick as a material. Ouch, that move hurt. Oh, and that crocodile started with a shield of light. Ooh, big bottle rocket for that item. Jeff can make some very good use out of those throughout a seed. So anytime you get a big bottle rocket or a multi-bottle rocket, yeah, those are definitely worth picking up. And having taken a quick glimpse of what each character has, I can tell you that for this seed, Who kept Mirror, while Paula picked up Spy, and Jeff is going to be the Prey character. Okay, Hard Hat gives a little bit of defense, so if you don't have anything to use, that's better than nothing. And we got ourselves enemies from Pink Cloud here. I'm not sure why Andy used Magnet there. Ooh, but picks up a Hand-Aid. Now that is also a full heal for one party member. Doesn't matter who. So that's a good item to have. And King Banana and Hamburger Skip found. Now we can still get King Banana from the NPC that gives it naturally. Because like I said, items that come from NPCs remain the same here. Okay, so we had Starman Jr. on floor 4. That seems appropriate, actually. Because that boss is a noun. And it's Electrospectre on 8. And Charles has found a pizza skip, but no pizza, so it's not pizza time. But now things have gotten a little interesting. Because right now, Charles has boss information that Andy does not. Coin of Slumber drops on Andy's side now. Here's something that makes for some pretty good defense, especially early mid-game. That's Pencil Eraser. Don't have that. Moving on. Item lost there from Andy, unfortunately. Unfortunate green swirl. It's just what happens sometimes. And now Andy's got boss info. So the table is leveled on that as Charles picks up a talisman coin. Game, we do not want a Cave Boy's banana.
Frogs!
Oh no, that sounded so wrong. Ugh. Ribbit.
Frogs!
Okay, that was actually pretty funny. Looks like Charles is having some trouble while Andy found his way back to floor 6 and has decided to just go back to the warp and take another route. Meanwhile, Charles is in a bit of trouble, gets out of the fight, but lost 2 party members, picks up Spectrum Beam, while Andy is getting some bad RNG. Now, something you can do in this flag set is use the spy command to steal an item, and that was just a regular old frying pan. And the slugs that Charles just ran into are Kit Bull attack slugs. These things are like the attack slugs from the early game, but meaner, as Andy finds a trout yogurt and gets some levels. Another strat you can use as Andy steals a stun gun. Oh, geez, waking up right away, that is just some garbage RNG. And Charles is hopping along in the restaurant for reasons I cannot explain. Okay, fair enough. I can go along with that. Because frogs. Oh no, Ness is homesick on Andy's side. That's something that can happen about 2.7% of the time every time you enter a fight. And when it does happen, the timing goes, oh my, spicy! We got an exploding conducting menace. Now that's scary. Yeah, worry, I know, right? And there's a large pizza picked up for Andy off that fight. Andy picks up a replacement exit mouse, then proceeds to mark it. Very good strategy. And our runners have high-fived as they just converge into the same part of the monkey cave. Now, the situation Charles is in, he has to win the fights to get the items because his spy character is knocked out. And for that win, Charles got a big bottle rock. Ori, I see that remark. I agree. So our enemies on this floor are employing mini ghosts. Now, these things can be quite annoying, as they can solidify a character for a turn, in which case that character can't do anything. Oh, Charles, down to 1 party member. This is not a good scenario. 1 party member on a deep floor can get brutal in a hurry. Well, at least resting with Corrode allowed Charles to buy some time and get Ness up to full HP, but here comes a sentry robot. But it's no problem with that bat. And we found Lost Underworld. This is not a spot you really want to be in Ancient Cave because the movement is so slow, but there happens to be a full heal north of Tenda Village the Second in the form of a hot springs. Yes, it's slow, but it'll get his 3 fainted party members back to life. Just have to wait for the earthquake. As a speed capsule drops on Andy's side. Now, this is an item you really want to give to Jeff, because speed is how bottle rocket damage gets calculated. And ourselves along floor 7. And sometimes on these very long and winding floors, it's the route you don't want to go that leads you to the answer. As Andy finds Peaceful Rest Valley, that needs pencil erasers, so no dice. Now, here's the thing about the Happy Village. The healer is outside the hospital. So because of that, the mini ghost sticks around, and unfortunately for Andy, Charles has found the end of the floor, so Charles will be the first one to take a crack at the floor 7 boss, which is Guardian General. A boss that hits very hard. And that is some significant freeze resistance, too. Is Andy gonna gamble the large pizza? No. So Charles is gonna take a hand-aid and be our first runner onto floor 8. And Charles has found the... He finds a skip, but is like, oh, really? But that, because now the skips can only take him backward. That was a Four-Side Theater skip, by the way. It looks like we're going to have a gamble on the picnic lunch that Andy got earlier. See if this leads to 9. It's a Happy Village. There is a healer on this screen that will help get him going in terms of getting rid of that darn ghost. Normally, there's also the hype stand, but this ain't normal, and this is also a backward skip, so Andy is piecing. Yeah, in terms of save spots for Charles, that is an A+ save spot, because that room is also a full heal that revives your party members. And this is also for Charles, where the enemies start to get even tougher. Because these are Scaraba enemies. A high-class UFO, and the Octobot that's found there. Andy just got a pencil eraser from that fight. Now, will he go back and check any of the other skips that used it as Charles is taking on a sentry robot? The robot drops a Sandlot bat, which is not going to do any good at this point. Though that charm coin could certainly help on Andy's end in terms of defense. I almost said defenses. Why did I almost go for plural? Andy with an Earth Pendant. That is a half PSI resistance for whomever equips it. And somebody's run into the toilet. As Charles is running to the end of floor 8, which was a rather short floor, all things considered, he will get the first crack at Electrospector at 3040. Also worth noting that it's Electrospector where Electrospector typically is found. Inspector started with a Psychic Power Shield this time, so Pooh ate thunder on his end. Also a significant freeze resistance here. And Pooh goes down on Charles' end. Andy's on the same path that Charles is on. And doing the same thing, but for a slightly different reason. He's got a mini ghost to get rid of. Which, as you get into the later floors of Ancient Cave, there are more ways to get rid of a mini ghost. Get more on that later as Charles is through. He's on to floor 9. An earthquake certainly took a while, game. Yeah, that looked to be a prayer kill. Didn't get the clearest view of it, but it looked like the prayer drew dazzling light, which dealt the death blow to Electrospector. Don't see that very often for any boss. And Charles finds the floor 9 full heal, so everybody's getting a refill. And speaking of pasta, that's my dinner tonight. Now we know King Banana, if our runners had it, would have led directly to 9. Tough break, but that's Rando for you. Andy's at the boss, floor 7. Even though it looks like he's 2 floors behind, keep in mind that floor 8 was very short in comparison to 7. Yep. And that is a win for Andy, off to floor 8. Now, I have not seen if Psychic Shield Sigma has been learned yet. Hamburger skips on 8. And what is Andy doing that is not going to lead to 9? That is going to lead backwards at this point. It leads backwards into Tucson. Yeah, the only time a skip on 8 would even be remotely worth anything would be the Dungeon Man skip in gambling that goes down. Oh, here's something for Charles. A guaranteed Franklin badge on 9. That does not happen every day, folks. There are seeds where Paula's cabin does not spawn. And not so fast on 5th party member because we already have 4. So Andy just found the full heal that Charles found earlier. Unfortunately, I think those Octobots got off of came home from SGDQ and have caught a case of con crud. Andy getting a Horn of Life. Excellent item, especially if a party member goes down, which seems inevitable, but that does not help because that's a lost item. And a couple of dangerous enemies, too, in an even slimier little pile, and one of the manly fish. No way to tell if it's manly fish or manly fish's brother at present, but what I can tell you is that they both hit hard. And manly fish's brother knows healing Omega. Andy gets the win there. That was Gamma something, but I couldn't tell. That could have been Freeze Gamma for Pooh. But that is also a Mr. Baseball bat, which at this point, Andy's not going to need. There's the full heal at home. And unfortunately for Andy, I don't think he went the right way. But yeah, Talisman Ribbon, which was picked up, is the equivalent of a Talisman coin, but it can only be used by Paula. Oh, you can feel the lag on that screen. Yeah, Pooh got freeze gamma, that's what that was. Spicy jerky's a good food recovery item. Why is it the right way to go always the long haul through the sewer? That's because the game knows. As fellow broadcaster LOZ Cards Fan 23 would say, the game knows. That's why. Here comes Andy into Electrospector. Well, for Charles, it's not looking so great as he's got two party members Diamond Eyes. Andy's going Brain Shock strats on Electrospector, but it doesn't work. Second try fails as well. 4 for 4 on using Thunder to get rid of that power shield. Might just be better off waiting for that right there, the neutralizer. So now our runners can go ham with using their PSI moves. Just a bread roll from Electrospector, so nothing special. Brain Shock's just not working for Andy. I did not see the percentage there. Yeah, that BBR roll was absolute butts. And Charles takes a party wipe. That put him back to floor 8, but that's a good room to be in with that being a full party heal. And that is going to put Andy ahead, albeit temporarily, because Charles knows the route to 9 as well as knows where he's going. And Charles is taking the swim. As Andy picks up a second Earth Pendant, half PSI resistance is better than none, especially for Gygas Phase 2. I see Andy's not in the sewers. I don't blame him for that because of how slow that is. Charles gets a back attack, but 2 enemies. And for that fight, Andy gets only a slingshot, but Charles gets an Earth Pendant. And Andy popped counter. And he does not want any part of it. I don't blame him. That looked to be Cave of the Past enemies. Unfortunately, that central O-net is a backward skip. And Charles has found the Frank and Frankenstein fight, which will give a full heal once cleared. That's Moonside on Charles' end. Nice quick fight for Andy. Oh, this one looks like a mess on Andy's end. Wants no part of this fight. Don't blame him. And that pendant and pudding shop is worthless in this flag set. And this is the Tucson department store. So I don't know why Andy just marked his exit mouse there when there's no doors other than the one you came in from. So for that last fight, Andy got the one item that you can buy at a shop in this flag set, and that is a picture postcard. Well, I mean, an item that's Andy. No, Andy, you want that, Andy? Andy, that was a Franklin badge you're leaving behind. And yeah, you can also buy eggs, but generally the only thing that's in a shop is picture postcard, with a few exceptions, as we noted. Oh, Andy, that is a bold move you're trying to do for time, but that could backfire so easily. There's a lucky sandwich. And it didn't do much of anything. Auto Star Master pickup. That is absolutely huge, because now on Andy's side, Pooh has Starstorm Alpha. And basically, you got my equivalent of shouting at 11 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States, because I'd rather not wake my neighbors up. Chat pointing out that nobody's found both auto Star Masters in a run, but if you fight Master Barf, you do automatically get Starstorm Alpha. If you have Alpha, you get Omega. So yes, that is the other way to get Starstorm in an Ancient KFC. Is it a vanilla path right at the end for Charles? Oh, wow. The path turned vanilla right at the end. And Charles is calling it the game out for Vanilla Goog, and he's going he's going for a big lull. Wait a minute, is Andy on the path? Or is he on a different path? No, I think Andy's on the path. That ain't it. At any rate, I didn't see any Seer Star Pendants get picked up, so it's just half resistant plus whatever other pendants you've got. As for Charles, oh, Diamond Enemy on the field. And for ChargingCharles, who has the Franklin badge, it's Geiger's time. A phase 1 can start off with an alpha or a beta, but with the large pizza, that worry is basically nullified. For the first turn, that is. Oh wow, we got a Porky clone. And Charles did use Brain Shock on Gygus. The point of doing this is to make a chance for Brain Shock to fly at Gygus and Pokey instead. When this happens, one character does get hit instead of the entire party getting hit. Yeah, Andy's on the path now for sure. He does have to go through worst room in the game. Unfortunately, he's he's going back, but Charles is through phase 1. That's about a 3/4 freeze resist for Gygus on this particular phase. And Charles is going right for Brain Shock, and this is a very good play here because with Earth Pendants, you're only getting a half resist. There's still a 10% chance that Flash will take you out. Or take out your character that is prey, thus screwing up your fight. He might have, I'm not sure, because right now I'm watching Andy's path as well. this could be an ugly fight on Andy's end because Psychic Psychos, in general, always tend to attack using PK Fire, and that's dangerous. Phase 2 for Charles, he's in the prayers. But I wouldn't exactly call him home free, and we get some Team Rocket shenanigans. And he's almost there, but the clock is ticking 2 rooms away. But right now, trailing Charles by 2 Gygas phases. Charles going for the brain shock. Andy pleading for help is... He has no idea how apropos that is. Oh, I think he's setting up for an intentional death here, because he knows he's in trouble. Oh, wait. Never mind. Moving equipment around. As for Charles, down to just Ness and Jeff. The character with Life Up and the character with Prey, they both have very good HP, though. Like, this HP stat is just insane. Not exactly sure where Andy's going here. Backstage pass is not going to do any good now, game. You know this. Yeah, this is a death warp to get a full heal off. Now, the problem here is that it's going to take a while for HP to roll down. So that's where a death warp isn't exactly the best idea. Personally, I just take what I got and go. I don't think you're getting an encounter on that. Flame is in the perfect spot. And that's 2 Franklin badge deflections. Cheap bracelet isn't going to do enough. Although Fire Gamma just might... Oh yeah, PSI moves will spread enough to take out tiny little ghosts, and that will do it. Get your GGs in chat for Charles, who takes the W with a sub-hour, finishing with a time of 58 minutes, 33 seconds. I will say, floor 7 definitely tripped both runners up. And yes, that was a golf clap because they decided to put a soundboard on Discord, and me and a soundboard is a rather, dare I say, interesting combination. And we are joined now by Charles, the winner of this race. GG, that was well played.
Thanks. There are a few missteps there. I couldn't believe I dropped the picnic lunch. I don't know if that would have mattered in the end. I could have gone from 7 to 9, I suppose. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, just a little death that didn't set me back too much, and then Gygus was smooth enough. I was really happy that the rain pendant came along just to have good freeze protection. It was juggling who got rain pendant versus earth pendant between Ness and Jeff because they were obviously the workhorses.
Yeah, they were. Their HP stats were huge. Interestingly enough, a C pendant or a star pendant did not show up for either of you. The best you guys got were those earth pendants.
Okay, that's good, because I took a few red swirls. I had a couple auto kills along the way, and I thought, son of a gun. Because I'd stop thinking what ifs. But the Franklin badge was a super nice find.
Oh, it definitely was. Andy didn't pick it up, though. Now, I'm surprised to see Starstorm in this phase from Andy, because if you use that, there's somebody in your party that's going to get wrecked.
Oh, did he go phase 1 Starstorm?
Yep.
Did he pick up an auto Star Master?
Yes, he did from one of his fights.
Was it earlier on or something? Maybe it would have been one of my red swirls?
No, it was late.
Okay.
Emphasis on the late. Wow, this was a short cave at 90 transitions.
I'm sorry, I had to. Yeah, I had 60 battles, so. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good cave. It felt good. Not too many major missteps. Friendly boss list. Yeah, getting the Gutsy Bat plus Moonbeam Gun. I guess Ness and Jeff just carried. And yeah, I got the point. I think Poopala died, but I was happy just taking the Moonbeam Gun and the Gutsy Bat and letting Ness and Jeff letting them cook.
Oh, they were certainly cooking with gas the whole way.
See, Andy. So Andy was just getting the guy. I guess that floor 9 was long. Andy was saying he had trouble on 7. I could see that the mole cave. You instinctively want to go deeper in because did he skip into 7?
Yes, he skipped into 7.
Eric,
I believe he skipped into 7 just a bit before you did, but you weren't that far behind.
Okay. His carrot key was early in the item pool, obviously, and then I think it just funneled you right in with logic for entering floor 3.
Yes, it did.
So, and you want to go over to the mice then, and you explore all those. I think floor 7 sent you to 4 side and all those exits, but that was all just a big red herring. You should have just gone down to I think the vanilla entrance to the cave, which took you out. Floor 8 was
Sounds
quick.
about right.
Floor 8 was super quick. Then not 9 was just if you did 9 a thorough check through. It was just designed to be super long. Like if you just clear the doors and the sections as you got there, no one's gonna walk all the way to the end of that sewer room right away. And it seemed like every one of those sewer exits led to a bunch of other things along the way.
Yeah, for sure. I can't fault anybody for not wanting to cross the sewers because of how slow that is. But it seems like when those show up, especially on floor 9, that it tends to be the solution. I don't know why, other than what I said during the race, the game knows.
Yeah, and it got to the point I just kind of thought, well, let's just keep going deeper and deeper in.
Yeah, so 7 had lost Underworld Room.
Yeah, the Lost Underworld room, that was the unpleasant one. And I can't believe, usually I think there was still a stone left unturned in 7 or a route that hadn't gone. I think I hadn't gone north from the vanilla entrance. But I had to putz around 7 long enough to get the full heal on the party and the save, and I thought, shoot, let's just go check. And obviously that did the thing.
At that point, you were down to just Ness, and that can be scary in the later floors. So you really needed to not only find the full heal, but get to it as well. And
Yep.
thankfully, you were able to do so.
Yeah. It was just it was fine. Not too many issues. The diamond dicing was my oops in terms of let's just auto fight and see what happens. I maybe should have manually inputted all the attacks on one of the mooks just to at least eliminate that option. But yeah, they started diamondizing everyone, and that one hurt.
Yeah. When the mooks start diamondizing, that's when the carnage really starts.
Which made me burn my mouse as well because I needed to get back to 8. I forgot how far deep into 8 or 7 that throne room was, but I was going to keep that save spot as a really ideal mouse. Kill yourself and then kind of, or what mouse at Googie, kind of kill yourself and set up that infinite respawn point. So I was fortunate that Gygus was friendly enough. I'm not sure if Pokey was paralyzable. I tried once and then saw he was weak to freeze and just said nuts to that. I'm just a huge fan of the brain shot Gygus strategy. Seems like half the time only one of your party members gets doinked, so it's just something you can live with.
Which, speaking of, Paula got doinked on Andy's side, while his prayer character got paralyzed. Now that's the scary thing about Flash, Omega, and half resist. There's still a chance that your prayer character can get got.
Did he throw the Earth pendant there on Jeff?
Yeah, he did. Honestly, I don't think there was a choice because, as I mentioned, neither of you found a star pendant.
Yeah, did he get the rain pendant there too? I mean, it doesn't help for Flash, but just keeping people alive in Gygus.
I believe he did. Now, there was a strategy he was employing early that I found interesting. As enemies were charging him, enemies were running from him, he would go up to behind the enemy and then turn around to deliberately draw a black swirl to avoid an instant win and still get the item. And it worked every single time except once. It was very mesmerizing to see.
Oh, I'll have to watch the run back just to see how he did that. Because there were a few times I tried to finagle a black swirl out of something that was running away, and I wasn't terribly great at that. But oh well. Yeah, I'll do that'd be another trick in the book next time Airfram throws his flag set at us.
Possibly, but anyway, get your GGs in chat for Andy, who finishes this up with an official time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, 12 seconds. Yeah, in fact, Andy found his way all the way back to the floor 6 boss.
Oh, okay, so he must have gone probably upper right in mines, would have been the only other way I hadn't gone, and I full cleared 7, I feel like, except for finding the entrance. So if you'd entered floor 7 the vanilla way, that could have been a really short floor.
And it looks like Andy will not be joining us for an interview this evening. Unfortunately, his tournament run is done. However, he gets around and is in many other tournaments in many other places. Like I've seen him in Cuso Grande, for example, over on Brasencha's channel. There's a lot of stuff he gets involved in, so definitely give him a follow. Give Charles a follow as well. He played great tonight and absolutely crushed it.
Yeah, thanks Leslie for the comms, and thanks Slug for the restream.
You're welcome. I'm here at the very end.
Here she is.
GG's Charles. Great play there. You got lucky with that Franklin badge. I'd like to know if Andy just didn't know he could get that, or if he just decided not to.
I think he didn't see it. I don't know if he entered that room, but
he did.
that was one.
He did.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, because I was watching an ancient cave earlier, and someone in this tournament picked up a badge from there. I thought to myself, hey, that'll work in this flag set, because I checked it early on by having Ness give the baseball hat and magic hat. It's like, okay, those items are still good.
Yep. Yeah, I think it
So,
was the IQ and Satake race because I distinctly remember shouting and everyone was like, Slug, quit screaming. But I just hopped on to, of course, say congratulations, but also to tell y'all about the races we have this week. We have a full week of races, which is awesome. We have a race like every single day. Tomorrow we have Arnpoli versus Satake, which will be at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. That one doesn't have a restream yet, but we'll see. And then on Wednesday, we have IQ versus Ari. That'll be a good one to watch. And that's at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, it's My Race versus Temple. So that's Thursday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Charles is playing Barbie. Oh my god, I love this game. Is so fun. Play it, please. This was like one of my favorite games as a kid. But Leslie, thank you so much for doing comms. GG's to Andy and Charles. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Follow them if you haven't yet. And yeah, we'll be back hopefully every day this week. So definitely check us out. Any closing comments, y'all?
Who do I have next round? Is it?
I have this. You have the 7 seed Hiking fan club. So
I want you hiking. You're going down, brother.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one because it's in all non-boss enemies are diamonds in the overworld. So
diamonds.
There'll be some accidental deaths. It's going to happen.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna do it for us. Let me see who we have to raid. Any suggestions? Let's see who's playing Earthbound. Oh, we have a glitchless nominate. Let's raid Rain TV. Y'all stick around for the raid. And have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other, and be kind to you most of all.
Absolutely. Till next time, stay kind, stay safe, stay awesome, and we'll see you all later. Good night, everybody.
Bye.